Hello, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. My name is Julius Njenji. I'm reaching you from Westland Travels International. And yes, this video is intended for us to help you if you have any planned trip to the embassy. So, if you have any trip to any embassy around the world, then please uh, follow this page, subscribe to our channel, or you can also like and follow us on Facebook at Westland Travels International. So you will be able to gain a lot of vital information to help you if you have any future trip to the embassy. Of course, if you have any trip to the embassy, even in the next 2 years, you might want to start doing that preparation now. So watching some of our videos and also, following our page will help you a lot to give you some vital information to prepare you. So by the time you take a trip, you're well informed. Remember that the embassy is always there to help you. And also remember that the consular officer going to meet on the day you are going to the embassy has a lot of files as well. There are a lot of applicants also coming, or that there are a lot of files on the table of that person. So uh, preparing well and understanding, the program that you're traveling for is very, very important. It's very vital. So if you need to know, if you're traveling to study, you need to know your program. You need to understand a lot about that program, why you have chosen the program, and how that program is going to help you when you finish. And of course, you must not also you must not also be telling the consular, for example, that during your study you're going to be working. That is something that they don't like to hear. So this is a very important information. You don't need to do that. But more of this we are going to be analyzing, and we're looking at some of the questions that might be coming up during your trip. So during your trip to the embassy, we'll look at that. We'll look at some of the questions in this video, but then more of those type of questions will be coming up in our subsequent videos. So I, I one of the questions. Sometimes some of the questions are funny, but it's not that funny. It looks funny, but no. So they might ask you if you're married. Yeah, it's a very simple question, but they might even ask their date of birth. So this is a funny question, but no, it's not funny because there are a lot of things that they want to know. If they are not very clear with certain things, they just want to ask that. So always keep your questions, keep your answer to the questions straight. If they ask you a question, for example, are you married? Let's look at this question number one. Are you married? Yes, just simply say no in case if you're not married, and yes if you're married. And if you say yes, sometimes it might come with a follow-up question. Do you have any children? So of course you say yes if you do, and no if you don't. And another question might be, are you traveling with someone else? So it's still more, of a, uh, it's also technically linking to the first question. So are you traveling with someone else? So if you have children, then you might want to travel with your children or not. So if you are not traveling with your children, then they will want to understand why are you not traveling with the children. So you need to prepare well, with this kind of for this kind of questions. Then question number three, can you show me a bank statement? Bank statements are things that you need to, you need to prepare well. You need to always look at your bank statement. These are key documents that you need when you are going to the embassy for any reason. It might be coming from a sponsor, or it might also be coming from you, depending on the embassy. Some embassies might require that the document come from you. They of course, not all the documents are required to come from your sponsor. For example, they might require that the sponsor put the money into your account, or they might require that the sponsor gives you a document to gives a bank statement in his or her name, and then notify them with a letter, put a letter, what you call affidavit of sponsorship that might be prepared by a lawyer. Of course, certainly it would be prepared by a lawyer. So yes, that document, or your sponsor can also write a sponsorship letter and attach that. So that is, that will go alongside with the bank statement. But it's not in all cases. So the embassies are different, and cases also sometimes might be different. So, do you enjoy scholarship? Some kind of scholarship. Do you enjoy some kind of scholarship? Sometimes they do ask that. So you might clarify them. For example, if you have a partial scholarship, or you have a full scholarship, so then they go to calculate uh, what is your financial situation. Looking at that, so another important document, which is something that is always very necessary, uh, because you cannot travel without that, is insurance. So you must always make sure you have you have a valid insurance, and that insurance must be genuine. So make sure that you have the right insurance, and make sure your insurance policy is very, very genuine, because otherwise you might have everything correct, but you have a wrong insurance, or your insurance policy is not valid, or your insurance policy is not correct. You go to you get an insurance policy that is not correct. Of course, sometimes if the coverage amount is not exactly what they want. For example, they ask you for a coverage of 40,000, you provide 30,000. If it's, for example, a Finnish embassy, they will request for a new document. They will tell you that they require 40,000, for example, and not 30,000. So you need to get a new insurance. But with some embassies, they might not just inform you; they might just reject it. So it's important to always provide the right document. So they might ask you, do you have a cover insurance for this journey? So yes, you always have to have it. So then also another funny question here, which is of course it's not funny, like I said. They might ask you if you have a boyfriend. So it's up to you. If you have a girlfriend, it's up to you to also tell them if you do have or not. And all of these things are important, because they are looking at your tie, the tie to your home country. They are looking at how connected you are to your home country. Because if you are married, for example, then you are tied your to to your spouse. So you always want to come back home, or after your graduation, you want to come back home to meet your spouse. So these kind of things. So because the key thing is, they want you to study and return back to your home country. That is the logic. You cannot tell a consular officer that after my graduation I'm going to stay and work. So that's something they don't. I keep emphasizing on this, because it's something they don't want to hear. So they might also want to know if you have a job. So if you do have a job, of course, it's always important to clarify, and that your employer is satisfied with you leaving the job. So so you need to do that. You need to have some kind of, either you are ending the job, or you have a study leave. Ending the job, and if you're ending the job, of course, it's okay. Yeah, but you have to clarify that of course, you have a study leave because your employer is satisfied with you, and then you are returning, which is also very good, because if you have a study leave, then it's going to help you as a good tie. In fact, your job will also be helping you to show that, yes, I'm going to return back home, to either continue my job, or to be to return back to my company. And of course, I will either be promoted as a result of that, of my study. So which is a good thing. So, but nonetheless, I'm in here for today. But there are so many other questions that we'll be looking at in the nearest future. So step by step, we'll be moving into some of these questions, and of course, give you some of the answers that you need when you are um, when you are at the embassy. But again, if you have any question, and you can write on a wall. You can write on our wall, and we'll try our best to answer. So just leave your question on our wall, and of course we're able to help you answer them, because it's going to help you. It might not help only you; it might also help someone else. So if you have any doubt, please feel free to leave any question on our wall, and we'll respond to that. Thank you very much, and we wish you the best. We wish you the best. We hope this video is going to help you, and of course, just like and subscribe to this channel for more information or on this type of for more of this type of information. Wish you all the best. Thank you. Bye bye.